Now we have Katrina presenting for Sydney University.
Romania is facing a perfect storm of challenges. It's clear from this that there is no silver bullet. There is no single innovation proposal that is going to bring this country out of crisis. But what we do have is hope, and we can restore it in Romania. Our vision for the future of Romania is to build a world-class governance model for a healthy, resilient, and sustainable society. Now, this is underpinned by three key pillars. We're not just interested in Romania's financial viability, but also its sociology and its ecological sustainability. So what does this mean? It means a paradigmatic shift. We're moving from the reactive nature of government in the past towards a new tomorrow, a proactive system of governance for Romania. So what does this mean? We have a three-tiered approach to what this governance framework will look like. At the top, we have the executive function, which is something most of you will have seen before. But where these tiers get exciting is as we move down the list. The strategic role will bring in non-government policy experts and industry experts to guide the executive. And once we reach execution stage, we are bringing in a truly multidisciplinary team to go out to the world and seek investment for Romania. So what this means, ladies and gentlemen, is that over time, the role of government in decision-making for Romania is going to necessarily diminish. But with it is great opportunity for a groundswell of Romania's best and brightest minds to have an impact in the future of their country and its decision-making. This transformation journey of governance takes three key phases. So first and foremost, we have crisis management. Now this is where the technocratic administration comes to the fore, redrafting the Romanian constitution to ensure that all citizens have equal recognition. At stage two, we'll be ready to re-establish the political and bureaucratic classes and give the global economy assurances that economic governance is sound. And thirdly and finally, we have the transformation. We move to an innovative ecosystem which will see governments step out of service delivery into service enabling. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the most exciting thing that underpins all of this is a venture capital approach at phases 2 and 3. We're going to bring on international investors through a matching scheme at phase 2, dollar for dollar, to incentivise them to invest in Romania. As they have assurance that Romania is a safe bet, as we move along, we can wind this back. Now, noting the disruptive nature of policy in the 21st century, we think that a 10-year time frame is meaningless. Instead, we've decided to go with a series of success metrics, which will be the gatekeepers and enable Romania to progress through the phases. As you will see, we've got GDP growth of 3 to 5%, world wellbeing ranking of greater than 0.5, and ultimately the flourishing Romania, which will see foreign direct investment in excess of 50 billion a year. We've also given significant thought to what this looks like at the tactical level. How are we going to deploy the $100 billion that the donors have so generously given us? So stage 1, crisis management, is focused on re-establishing essential services. There are problems with childhood malnutrition, water, sanitation. But also critical at this stage is re-establishing Romania's reputation as a global player. Fixing the oil spill, paying back foreign debt. These are necessary preconditions. At stage 2, we'll move on to stability and wellness, and this is where we're going to reverse brain drain, bringing back the skilled expats to Romania through a $3 billion fund, incentivising them to start businesses in the country. And you'll note we've got the $10 billion match fund there. This is where it gets exciting. This is where we're going to bring in foreign investment to solve some of the wicked problems facing Romania. And it only gets better from there. Stage 3 innovation, we're paring back to a $3.5 million infrastructure spend on government's part and a $20 billion match fund. And this will develop sustainable technologies to fix Romania's focus on finite resources. Now, this is underpinned by an understanding that we have a 20% contingency for an international development project consistent with best practice. And it also leverages the generous donation. We've taken $100 billion and through the match fund, leveraged it to $130 billion of value. Ladies and gentlemen, I started out today by talking about hope. Hope is great. Hope is what we're restoring, but hope is not enough. By moving from traditional government to futuristic governance for Armenia, we are ensuring the sustainability of the country over the longer term. The venture capital mindset is essential to this, as it will keep the money flowing. And what happens when the money flows? We incentivise the best and brightest to come back, to establish themselves in Armenia and create true sustainability, allowing the citizens to thrive and Armenia to flourish. Thank you.